going down, everybody? My name is Sarius here, and welcome to SariusGames. This is the first official video of the Art of Sharpshooter Clutching series, in which we delve into really essential tips, strategies, tricks on how to be able to maximize your performance in game and feel a lot more confident when you step into the Hell on Earth arena. Now, Hell on Earth is the hardest difficulty in Tripwire Interactive's killing floor. The learning curve is super steep, and in my opinion, it's very unforgiving if you're not fully aware of what you need to be doing. So we're going to cover roles, strategies, tips, things like that, and hopefully by the time you're done, you're going to at least have a little bit more ammunition when you go in, because I know a lot of new players that just get to level 6 are like, oh bro, I feel like I can take on the world. They play hard difficulty, they get themselves leveled up, they put hours upon hours in the game, and they feel like they know everything they have, and then as soon as they, either by fluke or by intention, they join a Hell on Earth server to join others to try to be able to play similarly how they play the same techniques, and they find out that they don't work. So guys, that was the frustration that happened with me. I used to be a hard player way back in the day when I first was leveling from 1 all the way up to 5, and from that point there I got into Hell on Earth with some of my good buddies, and after that I just started getting a lot better. So I want to go ahead and translate those tips off to you guys as well, because I've learned from a handful of very generous and very helpful players. So guys, let's go and talk a little bit about what this is going to be all about. Basically, you are a level 6 sharpshooter, okay? You don't have the money after joining around late, okay? You sell your crossbow for an extra 600 pounds, but unfortunately, you don't have enough to be able to get the hardware you need to really confidently take down some of the highest threat targets, which your class is really designated for. And by hardware, I mean the M14 EBR, which gives you this multi-functional kind of like setup where you're almost like a Swiss Army knife. You can take out the minions with this thing. You also can take out some of the bigger threats out there, which you really are saving your ammo for. So what do you do in the meantime while you're trying to be able to survive a wave where you're kiting around the map on a very close CQB map, like Biohazard, for instance? This is what the footage is all about. This map is very, very brutal, and there are times where we almost wipe because it just gets so crazy at times. The hallways are close, they're very unforgiving, so you have to make sure you're very quick and tactical. To do so, guys, I'm rocking out with the most bullet penetration I possibly can have, and that's why I love both of these sidearms. They're great, and almost so much that I've grown to love these. I actually end up rocking both of these pistols in my setup when I have the M14 EBR. There's enough slot space to do this instead of like the lever action rifle. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit more about the lever action rifle in a separate video, but I wanted to go ahead and show you some other options because, you know, like myself, I'm sure many of you are like, hey, well, what other options are out there for us sharpshooters that aren't really into the whole, you know, lever action rifle combo, which in many of my previous videos, guys, I had the M14 EBR as like a mainstay weapon comboed with the lever action rifle. Okay, now first off, I was talking a little bit about the bullet penetration. Both the Mark 23 pistol, which I'm rocking out with, as well as the hand cannon, which you see in this footage right here as I reload it, these are both very incredible because the enemies in killing floor like to line up into these perfect areas. Provided you're in like a flat ground area, they will pretty much like walk in almost like a conga line behind each other. You can see there, so it makes it very easy. If you're good at headshots and you know you're at least at an intermediate level of target acquisition, you can do quite well. Now guys, right here I called out to my teammates to help me take out this Scrake here. The reason why is because we still had teammates alive. I only have pistols at this point, and honestly, like, although I could flinch lock the Scrake here, which I'll demonstrate in another speed kill video, you can just see how many rounds it really takes to be able to take out those enemies there. It takes a lot, so you can run out of ammo very quickly, even if you're rocking dual pistols. I've had times where, you know, the Mark 23 is all I got left, and you know the ammo is diminished with only like 2 magazines and, you know, ready to rock and roll. So it can get kind of stressful at times, especially when you don't have the hardware that you need in order to be a really effective force out there, guys. Okay, but you can see that everyone's doing really well. I mean, our team's working together. We have our medic keeping us patched up. Again, there is the Flesh Pound. He's hellbent on taking us out, and honestly, he's a big snag to the team. He can get everybody killed. And the one thing is, with your pistol setup, you're just not going to be able to do enough damage to take him out. One thing that you can do as a technique, and I'll cover this in maybe a future Desperado video if any of you guys have tuned in to see that one. Basically what it's all about is we talk a little bit about how you can double headshot the Flesh Pound and gain yourself enough distance while you kite him around the map, provided by that point you hopefully will have some sort of weapon to take him down. Either that or it's going to be a very long fight. Now look at the amount of damage those headshots do against the Sirens and also the Husks, guys. The one thing is that if you double tap you can be able to go ahead and take them out very quickly. Now you can see our teammates conjoined that fire there, but I was able to get 2 successive headshots there, enough to seal the deal against that husk. One thing I want to go ahead and mention as well is the hitboxes. Hitboxes are great when the ground is even, which is why I definitely recommend you guys download and train on test map. That's one very good piece of advice I can offer you guys. But to do so, you know, you have to really be careful of that ramp play, because a lot of players get killed like this. They go ahead and assume the hitboxes are synonymous with the model, and when they're going either ascending or descending on a stairwell or a ramp, you know, it either goes above or below their actual like model. So you have to be real careful. We'll discuss this in another video as well. But you can see that I really like how the Mark 23 is really like a forgivable pistol. If you go ahead and miss some rounds, you know, honestly, you still have enough to be able to recover. Like there's 12 total in the magazine size. So if you miss a couple shots, you know, you still can be able to fire. The fire rate also makes an ideal area for you to be able to take out a lot of enemies. Now, if you body shot those crawlers there, the black spider looking guys, basically you can take them down in about 2 shots if you don't hit headshots. A single headshot will kill them very quickly, and even a 9mm can do that job. I know I had a buddy by the name of Neo Ronan way back in the day that used to say, bro, you don't use the 9mm pistol as much as you should. The only thing that I've gotten myself in trouble with is when I have the, you know, the 9mm pistol. That's usually when husks and sirens like to pop out, and sometimes you need to have a pistol drawn and at the ready to have as much time as possible. But you can see just the amount of raw damage that the Mark 23 does, as well as the hand cannon does on those scrakes. It does massive damage. The damage on the hand cannon headshots as well as the Mark 23 headshots are pretty much the same. I picked up Graves' shotgun off of his corpse here just by luck, and when you pick up and walk over items, they automatically like deploy themselves. So that's one thing you want to be careful of, is look for the flashing green icons before you step on anything. I've had numerous times where I've actually stepped on like a completely empty gun, and I've gotten myself killed because I needed those extra seconds to be able to engage a target. So that's something you got to be real careful. There's no option that Tripwire has implemented to be able to disable automatic switch when you pick up weapons. So just FYI, guys, I'm hoping maybe that'll be some benefit to y'all. You got to be real careful as you get out of this area. This is really creepy downstairs, and having enemies pop out, especially the fastest enemies in the game, like the Gorefast, come out at you. It's very quick, so you have to be really on your toes. You have to be real careful using your sound. You know, again, all of the classic things that you need in an FPS game to do well, and you're going to need in this game too. Look at the double tapping. You know, honestly, I think if I had to choose the Mark 23 or a hand cannon to engage these types of enemies like the husks or the sirens, I'd choose the Mark 23 hands down, because it only takes 2 consecutive headshots. So if you're good at double tapping, then that might be something that you want to cover. Now, one thing you're going to notice is I also alternate between hip fire as well as sight fire, where I'm kind of aiming down those iron sights. You know, and it's over time, your guys are going to be able to develop a better sense as to where the center of the screen is. Now look here, I've gone ahead and also called out ammo. Because I'm really rocking just secondary style weaponry, I wanted to go and save that ammo to people that could really take out the bigger threats a lot more efficiently. Okay, now you can see here as well that our sharpshooters are really conjoining their fire, doing a great job of making things work. Now right there you can see that the sharpshooter, as well as myself, he ended up setting up with a lever action rifle. And although I didn't want to cover this in this video, the lever action has the power of stunning scrakes on the first headshot. And actually, as many headshots as you can land, it will continue that stun on the scrake. So it's very effective. In my original speed kill series, I delved into the lever action rifle as well as M14 combo. It's a super awesome mainstay combination, so I will be showing you some footage again as we create that speed kill series again. So right here you can see just the effectiveness of that lever action rifle. He's going for the stun there. You can see after a couple shots he finally did get it, and by that point the Mark 23 pistol conjoined with his lever action rifle fire can literally just devastate these targets. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was somewhat short, but everyone, you can see the effectiveness of using pistols. There's plenty more planned, guys, so I don't want you to go ahead and wonder what is coming next, because it will come next. And these videos are here to stay, y'all. Thanks again. If you want to see some more videos, please do me a favor. Give that like button a little bit of love. And if you want to go ahead and subscribe, that's also an added bonus. This is Sarius. Sign out, y'all. Rock steady.